Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. I am so excited about our topic today. Our topic today is on mental health. Mental health. I am so excited. We're going to talk about mental health today. And the reason we're talking about it, because it is time to debunk the thought process that we only need mental health treatment if we are crazy, bipolar, depressed, flipped, turned upside down, have had all of this major trauma in our life, or we're sitting in the corner rocking, or we belong in an insane asylum. No, we need mental health treatment, counselors and therapists to sit and help us talk through some things. There are some things that your family, your friends, the people that have known you your whole life, it's like they know too much. It's not a clear thought process from somebody on the outside looking in, and we need somebody to talk through our mess with. So that's what I want to talk to you all today about: mental health, what it looks like to have a healthy mindset, what it looks like to think healthily, what it looks like to surround yourself around people who have healthy processes of thinking, right? And so mental health plays a part in every aspect of our life, and it's very important. Here's why. Mental health plays a part in your work life. Mental health plays a part in your family. Mental health plays a part in your relationships. Mental health plays a part in how you interact with your spouse, how you interact with your friends. Mental health plays a part in your finances. Mental health plays a part in your decision making. Mental health plays a part in even your health. Mental health plays a part in every area of your life, even down to your spirituality. So some will say that they have Jesus, they have Allah, they have Buddha, and they have Confucius, and everybody else who they may have, and they don't need mental health treatment. If you have ever experienced any kind of trauma, any kind of loss, you need somebody to talk to. If you find yourself talking to people any kind of way, you need to talk to somebody. If you find yourself every day at your job, you're snapping on somebody, you're angry about something, you cannot just get it. Your boss is, you need somebody to talk to. If in your family relationships, you're sitting going into cookouts and settings and you're uncomfortable and everybody's being phony and all of this stuff has happened in childhood that nobody wants to talk about because it's swept up under the rug because, we ain't supposed to talk about that, but you're still dealing with it. Every time you see these people, or every time a situation or a year or a place comes back up, you're still reliving that thing. You need a mental health treatment therapist, counselor, somebody to talk to. If you find yourself competing with your friends instead of exalting, celebrating, escalating, encouraging, going through with them instead of talking about them, if you are like competing and battling with your friends, I don't care if her hair looks better than yours or her eyebrows is done better than yours or his shoes or whatever. If you are going through battles with people that's supposed to be your friends, you may need some mental health treatment because you're hurt somewhere. Somewhere you are broken. Somewhere you need to be whole again. If you can't sit in the same room and laugh and chit-chat with your spouse, if you are providing a place of confusion for your spouse, be you male or female, if you cannot sit in the room with the person that you promised to spend the rest of your life with, you need some mental health treatment. If you are accepting abuse from a relationship, a spouse, you need mental health treatment to find out what's going on in your self-esteem. What is broken that you feel that you deserve this? You feel that you have to accept this. It is okay to get a counselor. If you've experienced any kind of loss within the last 18 months, you need a counselor. Why? Because people died from the pandemic. People lost their jobs from the pandemic. People lost their churches, their positions in church, their jobs, their businesses, their companies. They lost family. They lost relationships. They lost living where they lived at. They lost focusing on their degrees. They completely lost their mind. If this is you, get some counseling. Stop thinking that you have to be completely crazy. Mental health treatment will prevent you from going crazy. Okay? Mental health is important because some people spend according to their feelings, right? And so we look at social media, so-and-so's hair look good, so-and-so just bought this kind of house, so-and-so just bought this kind of car. And so now we think it'll make us feel good if we do a thing to keep up with the Joneses, and now our finances have gone out of whack for something that we really can't even afford. We go on these shopping sprees. We're taking all of these vacations, and your credit score is sitting at 500 because you done maxed out your credit cards, and you don't know how you're going to get it paid again. Or you get in a car accident, and you got this $500 or $1,000 or $250 deductible, and you don't even have the money to pay for the deductible or a credit card to give the rental car company for incidentals. You have got to get somebody to help you work through these thought processes. Then we're talking about decision making, right? So we will do things according to our feelings, but we need to ask ourselves, are these things really healthy for us? Are they causing us stress? Or are they pushing us? Because some things can push us to our better and our greater, and it might not be a stress. So I'll give you a situation. I love staying in school. I love taking classes. I'm always in some kind of classes. But when I enroll in these classes, I am strategic on when I will have my study time, my time to do homework, my time to review lessons, because I need to factor it in my schedule so that it won't be a stressor. Now, the push may be a challenge and something I don't understand. I might have to study a little more, and that's fine. But I'm not going to willingly invite something into my life that's going to cause me stress. And sometimes we do that. There's a family member that's homeless. We already know they're full of chaos. They come with drama, but we want to have the heart to take them in. But is that mentally healthy for you? Or can you do it temporarily and have a plan on how to assist them in getting out of your home? Some things you have to talk through. Your decision making, you're in your feelings or in your emotions because you're upset about something. Your boyfriend done stayed out. He done cheated on you. Now here you go speeding up and down the highway and up and down the street, chasing this man and running in and out of clubs and running places with knives or whatever the case may be. Now you're risking jail. You're risking assault charges. You're risking losing your clearance if you have one. You're risking probably running into somebody with a baby in the car. You're not even thinking about that, but you just have this erratic behavior. Even rushing to work. You ran late. You stayed up late. You were drinking. You stayed up late, stressing. And so now you're late to work. Instead of owning it, picking up the phone call and say, hey, I'm going to be late, so that you can get there safely. Now here you go speeding down the highway, dodging in and out of traffic, and you're putting other people at risk. Why? Because your mental health is not working properly. So I will say this in addition, right? We have people in our lives that need mental health treatment. We need to stop condemning them and saying things like, "You crazy. You need to go see a doctor." If we love them, we speak to them in love and we have those serious conversations saying, hey, something ain't right about this thought process that you have. Something ain't right. Like, this is your daily frustration. You really should go and talk to somebody. You really need to talk to somebody. Nobody has to know about it. If you don't want to go in a mental health facility, you don't have to. You can get a mental health counselor with food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, heck, McDonald's and CVS got what is that? The employee assistance programs, EAPs. The government got EAPs. There is mental health help all around the board, and we need to stop pacifying people who need this treatment and making it like it's okay, because as you know, as I know, as time goes on, it becomes a habit, and people won't even realize that it's a problem, right? Like, because so many people have been accepting and dealing with their dysfunction for so long, or somebody has been accepting and dealing with your dysfunction for so long, you don't even know it's a problem. So I guess one piece of advice I would say is be gentle and make yourself approachable. If someone loves you and they are coming to you to say, you need to think about this, don't be so combative and rebellious and just going off on them, because they're just trying to tell you what they see or what you're not being told. Without going too much into my business, I had a recent situation where someone I deeply love and really care about in my family, I realized that they really need mental health treatment. And the way I had to tell them was not in a healthy way, because everything had hit the fan by the time it all came out. The sad part is there is a conglomerate of family like, oh, I don't want to be around that person because it's too much negative energy. All they do is snap about something every day. It's just too toxic. They phony. They talk about people. They this, they that. And because the person is older, there's a respect level there, so nobody wants to say anything. But everywhere the person goes, they bleed. It's so much so to the fact that family don't even invite the person. They hear about things and invite themselves and say they're going to show up. And somewhere it has not clicked that nobody likes how you zap all the time or scream all the time or this bleeding toxic behavior you have. And so again, I said something and I didn't say it at the best time. I tried to say it before then at a better time, but they were not open to receive me saying, hey, you need to start looking at things from a different perspective. It can also be difficult when you're younger and they watched you come up from a baby. So it's like, you're a kid. What do you know? And how are you going to tell me anything? And what's crazy about that is because some people won't take your advice on who you see that they are, but they will take your advice if they have need of you in a business manner or in a financial manner or to solve their problems, then they're okay. So they have this compartmentalized advice taking thing. You understand what I'm saying? So just wanted to come on here and say that mental health counseling is not a bad thing. It does not mean you're crazy. What it does is keep you from going crazy. What it is having a professional to help you talk through some things, to help you understand why you do the things that you do, to even maybe help you understand why other people do the things they do. I was fortunate. My counselor gave me a document called the 15 Cognitive Distortions. She had me to read through it and to find myself in those cognitive distortions. I would advise anybody to look up the 15 cognitive distortions. when you do that, and if you really study it and gain understanding, you'll start looking at people for how they behave, not that they're a bad person or a crazy person or a dramatic person, or like people are so much more than their instant behavior, right? Like we have all of these different behaviors: choleric, sanguine. Like we have all of these different personality types. Psychologists and therapists and mental health specialists have broken it down in so many different ways. They teach us these are bipolar behavior, this is PTSD. We learn about all of these things, and a lot of it roots from something in our childhood that we don't even know that's still there. And it's a sad thing when we grow up and we are not clearly understanding why we're thinking and feeling the way that we're thinking. And I would say to anybody, children do what they see, not what we tell them to do. So you have to be who you claim to be, because who you are is who your children, your family, your grandchildren will respect. Not who you say that you are, but who you really are. How does that come? It makes me want even more to stay in mental health counseling. I stay in classes so that I can be relevant in the job market at all times, no matter how stable my job is. I stay in classes so that I can be relevant. I stay in classes so that I can be more valuable to my company. If I would do that in my career, why wouldn't I do that in my mental health? Why wouldn't I want to stay relevant of knowing, hey, how does what happened yesterday connect to something that happened when I was 12 years old? Why wouldn't I want to stay relevant to that? Why wouldn't I want to continue to grow? Why wouldn't I want to capitalize on whatever my pain was, make it my passion, become better and help somebody else? Likewise, for those of you all who are believers, why wouldn't you want to stay relevant? Why wouldn't you want to stay, life applicable to the Word of God to help you? We get so churchy and put in this box that long as we got King Jesus, we don't need nobody else. Well, I thank God for my co-pastor, Susie, because she preaches, teaches, and beats us down on mental health, and that we need mental health counselors. Everybody, somebody, anybody, tell somebody. You don't even have to share this video. Tell somebody you need mental health counseling. You need a therapist. If you are running people away, if you are arguing with everybody and you are the central factor, go get some counseling. If you think you halfway got your mind together and there is somebody else that's connected to you and you see them spiraling and you hear several people talking about them, be that woman or be that man and have a conversation with them and say, hey, sis, bruh, I think you're kind of, losing perspective on some things. And I think because I love you too much and I'm too close to you and know too much of your business, I can't really give you what you will need. So how about this? Why don't you go and get some counseling, find a specialist, and you can help them do that. You can help them. You can very well help them do that. But it is time that we stop making mental health therapists, counselors, psychologists, stop making mental health treatment seem like it is just for crazy people. Stop letting your marriage get to a place where you need marital counseling. Why? Because if both of you all were in counseling, your minds would be at an okay playing field, that you will be able to have a healthy conversation and communicate. When you lose communication, everything is broken. When you're out of your mind and you cussing and fussing, nobody can talk to you. Nobody can help you. Why? Because you are not mentally healthy. So I'm not going to keep rambling on, but I will conclude this podcast in saying, please get healthy mentally. It affects everybody that's connected to you. It affects every car you drive past if your mind isn't right. It affects your finances. It affects your family. It affects your job. It affects your future. It even will, whatever decisions you made alive will even affect people when you die. And it's all connected to your mental health. You don't want to be laying down and somebody say, you know, their mind wasn't right. Get yourself together first. Get your mind together. So I wish all of you all a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gavata Smith. You can set up alerts so that whenever I post a video, you'll be alerted, or you can meet me right here on Facebook or on IGTV. You all have a blessed and amazing and a wonderful day. And remember, I come before you even in a dictionary. You better get yourself together first. Y'all have a great day.